hippos, when they get out of the water at night to go and graze, because they eat grass, they will have these well-defined pathways that they use. And so when people go to rivers to wash or collect water or to do their washing, they will use these pathways. And if they are on this path and the hippo is still outside and they come across the hippo's first instinct is to go to the water, so it will run over the people or kill them. The other method is when people are on the makoros or the small boats, and they are in the water on the boat, and the hippos may rise up and break the boat or bite them. Maybe they bump onto the hippo, it's territorial or something. So
Hey, good morning guys. It took me about 30 minutes to get to the bottom of the Table Mountains where they have the cable car going up. I parked my car here on this line, and from here the view of Cape Town, that's what you see. Some fog right over the city. There's a beautiful mountain over here, and if you turn towards this side, that's where the cable goes all the way up, and that's the top of the mountain. Pretty steep, windy, stone-laid trail. I've been hiking for almost an hour now, and here I reach more of a plateau, or you call it a summit, somewhat up here. So the hiking turns right from here. There it is. I'm gonna sit down and rest for a couple of minutes before I head that way. And from here, after hiking 1 hour, you can see Cape Town and the Lionhead. There's a little creek. I can't drink though. I got a bottle of water anyway. Let me see. It's a pretty nice one.
other thing is the crocodiles.
Crocodile, right?
Yeah, they are also very, very dangerous, but they can't prove how many people crocodiles really eat because they don't leave anything behind.
Right, right.
So what they found is that only if they kill a crocodile, if they open its stomach, they will find bangles. Some human remains inside,
Right.
and they will know that it ate people. Because people just disappeared and
Right,
they
right.
can't prove it's a crocodile. They might have drowned or caught by a leopard or anything else. So they can't prove that it was a crocodile.
Right, because one would think that lion or the leopard or the elephants kill many people, but it's not. I mean, these two are like the hippo and the crocodile kills many more than those three animals.
So most animals, actually all animals, are actually scared of people.
Right.
So they will give way. Even lions, if you go on a bushwalk and you find lions, they will usually just disappear before you come too close. If they are in a situation where they can't run away, they will warn you by growling. They've got a
Right,
that they give, and then they will give way.
Right, right.
Then you just have to walk back, and they will either go. But if a lion is serious and it will charge you, it will come very close. And the lion, when it charges, it doesn't run straight; it runs in zigzags.
Right.
And then they will come very close. They will kick up a lot of dust and make a lot of noise and say, "I'm here. You have to be scared of me." And then it will turn around and go away.
Right. So that's the fish and the rice, and that's the spinach and the beans. How do you make it, ma'am?
This is cassava leaves, like spinach.
Cassava leaves?
Yes. We are making it with a little bit of fish. And
Oh, this got fish. This has fish as well?
brancho. Yes,
Fish.
on this one.
Oh, the cassava leaves got fish. And the beans just green?
Beans, just a sauce. Done.
Done. Just boil it. That's it.
No, boil it. After, if it's ready, then you make a sauce.
So, okay.
Stew it. Then you will.
And how do you make the fish? Just fried?
Yes, fry like with the sauce inside inside of the pot. Then you put the rice
Now,
just frying.
Yes.
Then when you feel it become together, then you can add water a little bit on the side. Then you cover.
Now, what food is from where this food comes? Like. Now, where do they eat this?
No, this food is from the Congo. They are eating it. They are making the same. Congo, Angola, Brazzaville.
Okay.
They are also using just the same.
Right.
Yeah, and I see also like a Nigerian or like a West African people. They are also cooking the rice.
And how do you get this color of the rice?
From
Fried?
Yes, frying with the tomato, onion, just all the ingredients we can cook with.
All right. Let me. And what is this? This is
it's a chili.
Oh, chili.
Don't mind. Don't look the signature.
Spicy?
Yes, very hot.
Very hot, right? It's made out of what? Is it habanero?
Just a chili, onion, and then salt.
So is the chili is African chili? That's why it's.
No, this is just a bottle.
Oh, but a bottle. Oh,
it's just a container.
Container, okay. But inside the chili is there. Okay, ma'am. I'll eat and see how things taste.
Okay, enjoy your food.
All right, thank you. This is really good. The grain is really good. It got fish in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's really dried fish.
No, just a fresh fish. Like this fish, I can put inside and then I remove all the bones.
Oh, and over here, how about the rice? Very tasty.
Thank you.
And the fish.
if you leave it alone. So you have to watch it, that you have to look at it in the eyes and show that you are superior. Then it will leave you alone. But the moment that you turn and you run, then it becomes prey. Because then it sees you, usually his prey run away from him.
Right.
And if you play with a cat at home, you can see it will chase anything that's moving.
Right,
Same
right.
with a lion. As soon as you start moving and running, that killer instinct kicks in and it will
Right.
go at you. The other thing is, as long as it can see your eyes, you can intimidate him. But the moment that you turn around and he can't see your eyes, then he can go at you. And elephants notoriously don't like lights a lot.
Right.
So as I was lighting with the spotlight, I came around the bend, and as I was coming around the bend, there was an elephant bull. And the bull was in must, so that
Right.
means that he is in a breeding stage.
Right.
And I immediately saw that he's really, and when they are in must, they are really, really aggressive.
Right.
So he just turned around and he came at me, and I had guests. And when that elephant came at us and he was screaming at us, I just saw my life flashing before my eyes, and I was just thinking of these people on the back of the vehicle. And he came up to the vehicle right behind me, so I couldn't really see him. And I had to talk to him and scream at him and tell him to get away. And eventually he moved off into the dark. And when I drove away and stopped and I asked everybody, "Are you okay?" This one little girl said, "I didn't know elephants understand Afrikaans." And another little boy said, "I was hiding under the seat because I thought he will not get me there." Another time there was an elephant cow, but she was a problem because she just, something happened in her life that gave her a huge dislike to vehicles.
Oh.
So I was driving along and she came from the side and she was going to try and cut me off, which is totally unheard of in elephant behavior. And I stopped and I switched off, and she turned and she came straight at me through the bushes. And she was breaking trees and branches, and she came at me. And I yelled at her, "Stop!" And she stopped and she opened her ears and she turned around and she came down the road and she came at me again. And I yelled at her and I said, "Go away!" And she turned around and she came again. And the third time when and I slammed the door of the vehicle, I clapped my hand, so the noises are supposed to let her go. And she was coming at me a third time. And she came up to the vehicle that I was thinking that she was going to turn the vehicle around. And then I would tell her, "Go away!" And she would say, "Eh!" And I would say, "Go away!" And she would say, "Eh!" And then she turned and she walked away, but she was picking her head up like this, showing that she's very cross. And she stopped in the road, and I was watching her still. And then she turned, she went into the bush. So I had to turn around and actually drive her another route, because if I would have continued, she would have gone at me again.
Right.
And then about a year later, she actually turned her vehicle around, and somebody took a video of her, and I could identify her due to her ear patterns and her tusks as exactly the same elephant that was charging me.
So what did you do with those animals? Do you put them down? Or?
It depends. We don't like to put animals down, but when life is starting to be an issue, then we have to look at people's lives versus the elephant's life or the animal's life.
Right.
So where you have an animal that is constantly or repeatedly putting people's lives in danger, you must start to make a decision.
Right.
So sometimes elephants are just naughty, and they
Right.
will come into camps and they will break the trees and just make a mess. And
Right.
those elephants, you just have to tolerate them.
Right.
But once it starts to become a danger to humans time and time again, you will have to start thinking about it.
Right.
Yeah. In Kruger, they estimate about 250 wild dogs.
That's all.
That's all.
Wow.
In South Africa, they estimate about, what was the figures? I think it was 2,000 or something, and in the world about 5,000 wild dogs. So they are really, really endangered. So the people are also, farmers are also tending to shoot wild dogs because they believe that they are killing cattle, which they might. Not usually cattle, but maybe calves or sheep or even game that might be expensive. So they might try to exterminate them. There's a lot of people that actually don't like wild dogs because of the way, or because of old beliefs. So they believe that the way that wild dogs kill animals is cruel. And because when wild dogs kill an animal, they will rip it apart. So the dominant male will usually take the animal by the snout, and the others will start ripping the intestines apart.
Right.
And they reckon that a lion will take up to half an hour to suffocate the prey on the neck, while with wild dogs it can be over in a couple of minutes, because that animal goes into shock, it goes into loss of blood, and very quickly it is dead.
Right.
So because of the way that they hunt, people believe wild dogs are cruel, and that makes them unpopular. So a lot of people don't like them. They are awesome animals though. They are very social. So when they have a den, that is where, it's usually the alpha female that will breed, and she will have the puppies, and then the rest of the pack will actually help to raise the puppies. And it may even happen that some of the subordinate females will start to lactate or have milk to help feed them. So they also, if one of the other females will have puppies, the dominant female will kill those puppies, or she will adopt some of the stronger puppies as her own. And that mother that is lactating or having milk, she helps to raise the litter. And what is amazing about wild dogs is that where other animals, usually when an animal becomes old or it starts to be sick, it's pushed out of the herd because they can't keep up, and it's a risk for the rest of the animals. And with wild dogs, they will actually keep that animal in the pack, and when the others go and feed, they will eat really fast and gulp down large chunks of meat. And then they will go back to the den where the old, sick and injured are, and the mums with the puppies. And they will, when they get there, there will be a greeting ceremony where the ones that stayed behind come and greet the others, very excited that they will lick their faces, and that will cause them to regurgitate the food. So then the others can eat the meat. So they actually bring food to the den where the others are.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's amazing. They are amazing, amazing animals.
Seems like the bread is getting done.
Bread is almost done.
Almost done.
Just listen to them.
This is the beautiful town of Agulhas, guys. Look at it. Wow. One 55 rands. That's like $10. All right. So that's a pretty steep climb. There's another one, just like that.
There's another 3.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
She says there's another 3, so that's the third one. It is.
I've got to show you now how to eat the sweet potato.
Okay.
It looks all burnt and charcoaly. So what you do is you just open it. There's the sweet potato inside. And then you just use your fork and you scoop it out.
All right. Do you eat just like that or with butter? No,
Just like this.
Just like
It's
that.
got a beautiful taste to it.
Right. Very nice. All right, guys. So, me, Given, and Charlotte is going to have dinner. As I told you, today is my last day here. Tomorrow I'll be leaving to Johannesburg. So I want to thank Charlotte for preparing this nice meal, as well as thank Given for preparing this nice meal. And yes, and we will see each other next year. All right.
Definitely.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, guys. Hello, guys. So, 14 days. To be honest, it's 12 days because there was a day to fly into Johannesburg from California, then one whole day to get back because it's 20 hours, just the flying time is 20 hours. So it depends where you fly into South Africa from other parts of the world, that you can save some time if you live in somewhere like Europe or somewhere. And question number 1, is that the amount that it's going to cost for 14 days travel? Of course, yes. That's I mean, you saw that. I had a relatively comfortable travel. You know, I got my own car. I rented my own car. Then I stayed at hotels, and even the hostel I had my own room, and I did fun stuff. So that's how much it's going to cost. If you want to bump it up a notch or two to a little bit more comfortable travel, you might need another $1,000. If you can squeeze the travel a little bit more, like, you know, staying at hostels, sharing the hostel room with a few other people, and instead of traveling by car, you travel by bus, you can save some money. So I just did this for you to see that, you know, how I did it and how much it's going to cost. Then the question is, you know, I stayed 14 days or 12 days, and I had only about 5-6 videos about the meals that I had. That's about right, because I in Kruger Park, I stayed at a place where they serve breakfast and dinner. So I didn't have to get those. And I take something like this for lunch, some protein drink and some snacks, and that's my lunch. So it didn't cost me anything other than that. Then of course the plane ticket. It's $1,100 is for the plane ticket to fly from United States. Might be less for you guys, might be a little bit more, depends where you live, what part of the world do you live. Weeks ago, what means I looked online how much it's going to cost to fly to South Africa in 2 weeks, because with the industry I work, I didn't have to buy a ticket. I was flying at a very low cost rate because I got the line of work that I do, I spend about couple of $100s on plane tickets. So for calculating purposes, and that's why I had that plane ticket also included in such a way. So that's about it, guys. That's how much it's going to cost. Simple as that. So I'll be making more videos about my travel vlog. I'll be traveling to some other countries also, and I'll be making videos how much it's going to cost in that particular country that I travel and how many days I travel, so you can get a rough idea about what to expect. Subscribe to my channel and you can see where I go and what I do. Alright guys, have a good one. See you around.